Hello nieces and niestos, how are you today? Welcome back to the channel. I want to thank you guys for coming back to the channel. I'm SavingsFashionista, and over here we do mainly things fragrance. And today, you guys, I have a fragrance sampling. So if you're interested in hearing about these fragrances, some of them are old and some are new. Just some things that I was curious about. I decided to get some samples and I'm going to give you my initial thoughts on them. All right, you guys, so there is a fan going. It is very hot in my town where I live. So you got to run the air condition, the fans, and all of that great stuff, especially in this little room where I am filming because I do have light surrounding me. So please pardon that sound. So we're going to get started. I'm going to start off with the older fragrances and then we'll go into the newer ones. First fragrance that I want to talk about is from Fugazzi. I did feature a fragrance from Fugazzi in my last fragrance sampling, and I'll leave that linked above. This is the Orange Crush, and you guys, this is a love for me. This is really pretty. I am into the orange fragrances. I do really enjoy citrus fragrances. I do enjoy the orange, creamy, and even the bright citrusy like the Tangerine Boy or the creamy one. The latest one that I've added to the collection is Clementine Dream by the House of Seven Virtues. And this one, to me, it is like a combination between the two. It's a little bit more sparkly, so it's probably closer to the Tangerine Boy, but it does have that creamy dry down to it that you can get the nuances of the creaminess once it dries down. And this is good, you guys. But this is a pretty fragrance, you guys. I really do like it. It has fragrance notes of orange, white amber, and transparent wood. And like I said, the first thoughts that I had of this fragrance was citrusy, very sparkly. It's refreshing, and it also gives me thoughts of the light blue from Dolce & Gabbana. It makes me think about that fragrance. The sharpness and the richness in it, it makes me think about that. Good. I do like this. Had I not purchased the Clementine Dream, I probably would have purchased this one, but because I have that Clementine Dream and I like orange fragrance, but I don't love them to have so many of them in my fragrance collection because this is the time of year that I normally only wear orange forward fragrances, but this one is nice. It really is. And I could very well see this fragrance being a fragrance that could transition into the fall as well. So again, this is Orange Crush by Fugazzi. All right, the next one, you guys, is from Xerjoff, and this is from the Casamorati line, and this is Quattro Pizzi. I'm a big fan of the Xerjoff Casamorati line. I think I have like 5 or 6 fragrances from the Casamorati line, and I've always been really curious about this one, you guys, but this was a disappointment for me. I'm glad that I did not blind buy it. That was one of the first thoughts that came to my mind. Although I do like tuberose fragrances, but if it's an overly green tuberose, which I'm getting with this that has like that oily resin-like note, I just don't like it. It's not for me. It's just not for me. And it has like more of a powdery dry down to it, but you still get that sharp greenness. It's not for me. So the fragrance notes in here are rum, Divana pink pepper, coriander, tuberose, coconut, hay, blonde leaf, tobacco, and the green tonka. I do think it's the hay note that I'm I just don't like the greenness of it. I do not like that. I'm not really sure what's giving it that resin note, because I do like tobacco, but I don't know if it's the combination of the tonka with the tobacco that's giving it this resin note that I don't particularly care for. And this one is not for me, so this is definitely a no. And I'm so glad that I did sample it before I blindly bought it. So again, this is Quattro Pizzi from the Casamorati line of Xerjoff. All right, the next one, you guys, is a fragrance house that I have been seeing a lot of on I think I was on Xplicit, and I've been seeing it, of course, on Twisted Lily. And I've never really seen it, but what attracted me to it was the chic, minimalistic, cool, breezy looking packaging that it comes in. But this fragrance is called Strawberry Mochi, and it is from an Asian inspired house, Dianma, I think is the name. And I think it was originally released in 2023. It comes out in chapters. So 2023, they released their first chapter, and this Strawberry Mochi comes from the second chapter that was released in 2024. And this chapter is titled Memories of Japan. And when I saw the name, that's made me pick this particular one from the packaging. I was anticipating like a strawberry milkshake type of fragrance, but that is not what I got with this. This is not for me. It is very starchy, and I don't get any notes of strawberry from this fragrance. The fragrance notes are listed as strawberry, glutinous, rice, red beans, paste, brown sugar, and vanilla. All I get from this is the rice and the red beans, and I guess the pasty note. I don't get any hints of vanilla, nor do I get any notes of strawberry with my nose. And this one is a definite no for me. It's no. It was a nothing burger for me. Did not enjoy it. I'm gonna do an honorable mention. This is Impadia by BDK. I am very familiar with Impadia because I have sampled it every time I go into my fragrance boutique. I've probably sampled it like 3 or 4 times, but I'm not really sure if I need this. So what I decided to do is, I've had it on card, I've had it on my wrist. I got a sample so that I could do a full day wear. And you know, it has been said that it's a combination of Guidance and Delina. I can get where that comes from. I get that on first sniff, but I do need to wear this because I've also saw some content creators say that it develops into its own fragrance. I cannot attest to that because I haven't done a wear test. I've just sampled it many a times. Do I like it off first sniff when sampling? Yes, I do. But because it is reminding me of 2 fragrances that I already have, I do need to do a wear test to see if this fragrance is even necessary in my collection. So I got that for that reason, and I am going to be wearing this before I decide whether or not I'm going to get a full-size bottle. So that's Impadia from BDK. Now, moving on into the next fragrances. This is another fragrance that I was extremely excited about because when I saw the advertisement of it, it comes in 4 different colors. It's the same fragrance notes, but it comes in, you get to select the bottle. It comes in the pink falcon, the green falcon, the yellow falcon, or the orange falcon. And all of these are fragrances from Xerjoff that was inspired by a rock band, pop rock band from the 80s, Duran. And you guys, the packaging is just so retro. It just gives that 80s fluorescent vibe. And it's just so retro. So you see the green, the pink, the yellow, and the orange. So of course the sample is not going to look like that because it is in sample form. but the packaging, they are absolutely beautiful. So I am still thinking of this. I do believe that this is one of those multi-seasonal fragrances, because although what I'm smelling right now, the spiciness and the richness that I get from this fragrance, it reminds me more of fall and winter, I could very well see this being worn at night, especially by a gentleman, even in the daytime for a gentleman, in my opinion. It is a spicy gourmand type of fragrance. That's the DNA that I get off of it. And what I like the most about it, it has that unique niche DNA nuance that Xerjoff fragrances give, if you understand what I'm saying. So the fragrance notes in here are candied fig, elemi, absolute, rum, Spanish citrus, maple syrup, rose oil, saffron, balsam, patchouli, and tonka bean. So as you hear, the fragrance notes are very complex. Like I said, I do think that for me, this will probably wear much more prettier for me in the cooler months, but I could very well see or envision my husband wearing this now in the warmer months, and it just smells so sexy. It's just a rich, sexy, spicy type of fragrance that I am still thinking about. I probably wouldn't add it to the collection right away, but it's possibly something that you may see in later times. And it's nice. I do like it. I am vibing with it. I think that the uniqueness that Xerjoff gives with a lot of their fragrances is what is captivating me. I get that same DNA here. And yeah, and this is just on card. So I definitely did need to do a skin test and pay more attention to it, so that I'll know and understand if I truly like it. Next up, you guys, is a fragrance from Mancera. And those of us who know, we know that Mancera is that powerhouse, overly projecting fragrance house that you're gonna always get a bang for your buck. And this one was released this year. It is called Xplicit Vanilla. I do have it marked as Still Thinking. And when I initially started playing around and sampling this, the first things that came to mind were it's rich. It's definitely a unisex vanilla type of fragrance. I could pick up the resin, the amber, as well as a very subtle suede or some type of leather in here. And I could see the potential in this. It's just not for this time of year, in my opinion. It is more of a fall winter type of fragrance. But this has fragrance notes of Mexican vanilla, chocolate accord, brown sugar, oud, sandalwood, cedarwood, tonka bean, amber, and benzoin. And it's a nice vanilla fragrance. It's definitely one of those vanilla fragrances that would somewhat remind you of like an Altair or an Ani by Nishane. One of those type of deep, rich vanilla fragrances that could be female or male. This gives me that type of vibe. But I'm definitely still thinking about it because it has some possibility, but just not right now in this season. And last but not least, the thing that made me just do this whole sampling again, because I had to get my nose on this fragrance. You know, last year, this house had a highlight, which it was not released last year, but you know, it got its glory in summer 2024, which was Karaoke Heart from JusBox. And the one that was released this year, and I've seen quite a few content creators talk about this one, it is Sisters Before Misters from JusBox. And you guys, this is love at first sniff. First thoughts came to my mind was bubblegum shampoo, soft and powdery with this like sneak punch. It's like it has like a little spice or kick to it. This is good. I do like this. I started to order it, but I'm like, I need to do a wear test because for some reason in this month, July especially, these sweet gourmand, although they are designed for the summer, they are just not projecting off of my skin. And even if I got like compliments on the fragrance, I probably could still be like, okay, it's okay, I'm just nose blind to it. But honestly, my fragrances are for me, so I want to smell them too, even if I'm just smelling it for the first hour or so. But this right here, this is good, you guys. It smells really fun. The fragrance notes in this fragrance are ginger oil, lime heart, blackcurrant, banana and strawberry, lily of the valley, one of my favorites, orris, sugared milk, sandalwood, and amber. I love this on first sniff. It smells so good. It just smells like fun. It does have like that bubblegum teenage girl type of fragrance, but like I said, that sneak punch, that undercut, that spice that I'm giving, that's what gives it that grown lady vibe that I am vibing with. And this is good, you guys. It is really good. So I am definitely going to do a wear test on this, because like I said, if it's not going to project and I can't smell it, even if it doesn't project, if I can't smell it and enjoy it in this hot weather, there's no need for me to have it, because I don't smell anything after I have been spraying on these sweet sugary fragrances. So I gotta play around with that one again, but like I said, initially on first sniff, and if it performs the way that I anticipated, I do plan on adding it to the collection before the summer ends at some point. So you guys, those were my thoughts on these fragrances. I did get all of these samples from Twisted Lily. You can go to other content creators that have coupon codes for Twisted Lily. I don't have them. I either use Santa Maria or Alexis from Trusted Alexis. I either use one of theirs, but you do get a little coin off even on the samples, so that's a good thing. I want to thank you guys for coming back. I greatly appreciate you. If you have experienced any of these fragrances that I just featured in this video, you can leave those comments below. If you have any additional questions about the things that I shared, you can ask those questions in the comment section below. See you guys in the next video, and do not forget, you, yes you are great. Bye-bye.